Hello, thank you for joining me. Today I have a interesting unboxing. This is a new knife company, Vanguard Knives, and I gotta say right off the bat, this is the biggest box I've ever received for a pocket knife. As you can see there, the model, blade finish, and then the handle finish. But really excited to get this open because I've been eyeing it for quite some time. On Instagram, I've been following or keeping up with Vanguard since they are pretty new. They have a couple models that I'm really anxious for. This is one of them. So let's get right into it. Now, the designer of this knife is Tough Knives. So Jeff's just, I think, doing a beautiful job with his designs. One day I'll get one of his customs, but you can see here the box. Beautifully done in leather with stitching. Yeah, I gotta say, this is pretty fancy. There's the logo. And let's open this up and see. Okay, let me see if I can get this on camera since this box is so big. But velvety soft on the inside. There's the Vanguard's logo. Here is the knife itself. I don't think there's anything else in here other than the COA and the knife, but there is the COA. Very fancy. I like the finish on the COA. Really nice. Comes in a plastic sheath, almost like a Pokemon card. So interesting. Let's get to the knife since I've been waiting for this for many months. And I picked this knife up at White Mountain Knives, so if you guys are interested, or if they're still in stock, you guys can pick one up yourselves. Nothing else in the box, but very fancy. For the price here, that's a really nice packaging. And let's get this knife out. A lot to get through over here. Well, that's a first. This is the first time I've ever actually had a vacuum sealed knife. So I almost thought this was the texture on it, but as you can see, it is the plastic sealed covering. And do I have to use a knife? I think so. Oh, no, there's some tear tabs on the side. So let's get that first experience. Yeah, this is a interesting setup here. Again, I've never had a knife come vacuum sealed, but that's really cool. Here it is. I'm sure that's just oil. And it is a sandblasted finish, so it makes sense of why there are marks on it, but I'm sure it'll wipe off. I'll get some Windex on that to bring it back to life, but there it is, closed, show side scale. You do have a Damascus pivot collar, so you're getting a little bit of class on this thing. Here is the pocket clip side, beautifully done. And I love the angles on this knife. Just the little touches really are noticeable if you're looking at it. Again, I've been looking at this knife in pictures on Instagram and their website, so as much as I could tell from photos, just a lot of cool angles. You do get a Damascus pivot collar on the frame lock side. Really nice. Looks like T8 hardware all the way around. And let's get to the best part, the blade. Now this is in Magna Cut. Yeah, we'll reverse look at first. So you're getting a really good steel. And just as expected, flies right out. There is that beautifully hand rubbed finish. Let me get a cleaning cloth here so we can see the real finish on this thing. It's good to know that they oiled it so you don't get any rust. Not that you would with Magna Cut, but it is nice that they provide that, especially for shipping purposes. I think I got most of it. Always hard to get the oil off, but there it is. Beautifully done. Just a gorgeous finish. There is the Vanguard logo. and then Tough Knives logo on the other side. Very simple, minimal billboarding. Really, really gorgeous drop point blade. And let's check out that action again. Okay, so we're getting some really good action. Flies right out, good detent. Let's see, access to the frame lock is very nice. Drop shut, of course. This is riding on bearings. But yeah, really, really good action. And yeah, that's... Can't get any smoother than that. Let's see if this thing is centered. I'd say it is perfectly centered. Let's make sure there's no blade play. Oh yeah, that's a nice solid lockup. But again, just a beautiful design. Like I said, when I saw this months ago on Vanguard's Instagram, I knew I was going to pick one up. And I think it's a really good deal. This is made by Tuya Knives in China for... I think I picked this up for $2.90 on White Mountain Knives. Again, don't forget to use my discount code Nathan's Knives to get 10% off if you guys are interested. But I think it's a really, really good price, especially for what you're getting. Love that action. Crazy, crazy smooth. And I just noticed that the Magna Cut, or M Cut, is on the bottom of the tank here. So you know what steel you have. Great, great ergos, super comfortable. You can choke up on this flat section here in the front, but really, really nice. Let's check out that reverse. Oh yeah, reverse is just as good. No hot spots, so the pocket clip is vanishing in hand, especially when gripping it tight. You can feel it, but it's not annoying. Just really beautifully done. I like how it swoops down and slightly up. Let me check it in pocket real quick. See how this thing fits. Oh yeah, really good tension. Slides right in, no problem. Even with that lip that's not super high, but gets past the pocket easily. Then we have a full titanium back spacer with really interesting milling for the access on the lanyard hole. That's a really nice touch as well. Although if I do create a custom show side scale, that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think I can get around it. But again, you can see the angles or the chamfers all the way around the knife handles. I just think it's really, really unique. So I gotta say, Jeff definitely has an eye for design. Just really well executed. You even have those angles on the back spacer. And then the one that I really like is the one on the pocket clip. So you do have hardware that's going on from underneath. So you do have that hidden hardware, super, super clean. I also like that the steel insert is actually installed underneath, so you can see the screw head under there, which I'm sure is T8, but you can see it doesn't go from the top, so it even gives the frame lock a super clean look. And just to make sure, let's make sure this thing is all T8s all the way around. So yeah, all the way around, even the pivot, which usually is a T8, so I'm not surprised there. And just realize that there is not screws on this side. So again, if I do make a custom scale, this will be a bit of a challenge, but I think I can get there around that as well. Overall, I think this thing looks really, really good. Plus, it's a simple design, which I am drawn towards. More than likely, I'll probably etch and stone wash the blade, but we'll see. I'm already getting ahead of myself. Give you guys a size comparison. So here it is compared to the Pair 3. About an inch, maybe 3/4 to an inch bigger than that. I have the Civivi Vision FG. So, okay, about actually the exact same size as the FG. And then the other knife I have is the Yonder. So, definitely bigger than that. But again, just want to give you guys a size comparison. But what do you guys think about it? Let me know down below what you guys think. Or if you guys even picked one of these up or are considering picking one of these up. There is another model by Vanguard that I am patiently waiting for. It's the Nakiti. I'll put a picture of that model up as well, but really interested in that one. And the more I'm handling this, I'm starting to notice the weight of it. Surprisingly light for its size. Let's see how much this thing weighs. I am very curious. I'm going to say 5 ounces. Oh, I was pretty close. So 5.08 ounces, just a hair over 5. Not that heavy. Again, a fairly large knife. Fairly thick too, but I actually like that. Since it's beautifully chamfered all the way around, it feels really good in hand. So cannot be happier with this purchase. To be honest, I can't wait to customize this. I got the plain TI. They had anodized versions already, I think gold and blue, but I'd like to do a different color. So that's the main reason I went with the plain TI, or the sandblasted finish, because you guys already know I will be doing something with this. And more than likely, I probably won't even mess with the blade because that finish is beautiful, but you never know. I do like a good stone wash finish, so we'll see. And also, I've never etched in stone wash magnet cut, so I don't know if I want to or experiment on this. I'd probably have to experiment on a smaller knife just to see if it etches well. But there is the breaker from Vanguard Knives, a tough knives design. I think Jeff killed it on this one. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you guys on the next one.